Hello guys, welcome to Medical Tutor. Today we are going to be talking about advanced level programs. So who is it for? Advanced level programs are for people who have been unable to gain admission into the university through using Jamb. Maybe your cutoff mark for Jamb 2021, 2020 wasn't enough to secure admission, or perhaps you've been writing Jamb over and over and again and your admission cutoff has always been met, but for one reason or the other you were unable to gain admission, and whatever reason it might be why you are still at home. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use advanced level programs to gain admission into university without using JAM. And one interesting part about this is that advanced level programs takes you into 200 level directly in any state or federal university. Alright, before we get into what we have for today, please ensure you click the subscribe button. That will take this channel a long way. Thanks for doing that and God bless you. Alright, let's go into what we have for today. Now, what is an advanced level program? It is a program that can be used to gain admission into 200 level in any federal or state university. Mind you, this program is already acknowledged by JAM, is certified by NUC, and well recognized over almost 30 or 25 universities in Nigeria, both state and private, state and federal universities. Example of the universities that acknowledge advanced level programs include University of Ilorin, University of Abuja, University of Benin, that's UNIBEN. We have University of Lagos, particularly JUPEB. We have OOU, that's for a state university. We have FUTA, and we have so many more. Just mention them, and you're going to see all of them there. So all these schools acknowledge advanced level program as a means of entry into the university. And one interesting part of it is that it does not require JAM. Although it is acknowledged by JAM, your direct entry form or whatever you're going to do is still going to be linked to JAM, but it does not require JAM results. So even if you had a very low score in the previous exam, you don't have to be worried at all, because this program does not require your result. All it needs you to do is go through the duration of 9 to 10 months before you can be given a certified exam to write, and it is the result of this certified exam that you're going to be using to process your admission in any university you want to go to. So in the next sections I'm going to be explaining clearly how you're going to go about advanced level programs, what do they mean, their history, their accreditations, the cost, and how or when the forms are going to be out. So stay tuned. All right, the next section we have the program curriculum, that is advanced level program curriculum, is more or less similar to 100 level curriculum in the universities. So you see, when all these people that gained admission to university this year, I'm talking about people that wrote JAMB last year and they gained admission this year, so whatever they are going to be taught in 100 level is what is going to be taught to you as an A-level program student. So like I told you initially, once you register for advanced level programs, you are going to be taken through a duration of 9 to 10 months in which you are going to be taught a lot of things before you are given a certified exam by the government, and it is the result of this exam that you are going to use to apply for admission into any university. So whatever you are going to be taught during this duration of 9 to 10 months is what it's actually similar to whatever you are going to be taught in 100 level in any university. So at the end of the day, when you are done with this program and you are certified and your result is given to you, and when you apply for admission to any university, you are going to be taken straight to 200 level, because you already have the knowledge of what you are expected to have. So it's not like you're going to start 100 level again, no. So for people that gain admission this year, if you start your own IJMB this year too, you're going to be able to meet up with them in 200 level next year. Do you understand? That's the fun part. So it helps you to skip a level, and even though you are not in the university right now, but by next year you're going to be joining your mates that entered university this year. So that's the fun part. It's very interesting. So okay, let's move on. Another name for A-level programs is also DE, that's direct entry. So you must have heard or checked on school portals where they wrote DE. So direct entry programs includes IJMB, JUPEB, also the same thing as A-level programs. You can also use HND in some universities, and some degree students that have already graduated and wanting to come back for another course can also use the DE. So DE generally is a general name for A-level programs, that is advanced level programs that allow you to enter the university. And admission through A-level programs are much more guaranteed compared to UTME admission. So in UTME admission, I will explain this so you can understand. In UTME admission, there are about almost 2 million students registering for the exam, and in every year, at least the whole school all over Nigeria admits less than 500 to 600,000. That's the real statistics. Most of the time they can publish that they admit almost 700 or something, but that's a lie. Most of the real statistics most of the time is always about 500, 600 or 600 or something. Well, that doesn't mean sometimes there are no that doesn't mean sometimes the universities in Nigeria do not admit as much as 800 or so, but most of the cases it's always about 600, 700 because of one reason or the other. So you see, imagine yourself competing with almost 2 million students, or 1.999 students, just because of one spot of admission. So it's going to be very difficult, and you see it's as difficult as scaling through the heavens. And a lot of things you have to do. Your O level result has to be beautiful. I mean, your WAEC and your NECO, you have to have A's or B's or something. Your JAMB, you have to write so perfectly well and have a very high score. You must even be an indigene for some universities. For example, state universities, indigenes are usually more favored than non-indigenes. So you can see in UTME admission, there are a lot of things you have to consider, a lot of criteria, and that's what makes the admission so difficult for students. Or like in A-level program, in A-level programs, there are only few people that are aware of these programs. So at least maybe in thousands, compared to JAM, which is in millions, just in thousand, maybe 100,000 or so. So it makes the admission very easy. At least in a year, about 80 to 90% of A-level students are admitted into the university. So you can go around to confirm this in some universities like Unilag, Learning, Uniben, and you're going to see this is true. So next, where does it take place? Where can you take your A-level program? Actually, A-level programs are designated for are designated to be taken in some study centers all over Nigeria. So they are designated to be taken in some centers all over, and these centers are known as study centers. So there are some in Ilorin, there are some in Lagos. Although my most recommended one is in Ilorin. And once you are done going through your 9 to 10 months period of lecture, you are going to take your exam in the university, in a certified university such as Abu Zaria University or Unilorin or any other university you registered with, and then that's when you can start your admission processes. So, however, where it takes place is in study centers that are already certified all over Nigeria. So, we are going to talk more about this at the end of the video. Now, the types of A-level programs we have are the IJMB, also known as the Interim Joint Matriculation Board Exam. We also have the JUPEB, that is the Joint Universities Preliminary Examination Board, and the NAGCE. So, the Interim Joint Matriculation Board Examination has an history of about 40 something or 50 something years ago, that's 1970, and it is moderated by Abu Zaria for the purpose of admission into Abu Zaria University. That was the initial motive, so that students that couldn't be admitted through JAM will have the admission through IJMB into Abu Zaria University. However, as time went on, it wasn't only Abu Zaria University that accepted IJMB. As time went on, more universities began to accept admission through IJMB. Example of universities accepting admission through IJMB include University of Ilorin, there's also Unilag, and there's OU, and there's Uni Abuja. So there are a lot of universities all over that is accepting IJMB currently, and it is one of the most sought after A-level program in Nigeria. So the duration is 9 months. Yeah, in the study center you register with, you're going to be taken throughout the period of 9 months, and the new session is already on. So if you want to register, just check for my number at the end of this video and contact us so we can guide you through the processes. Note, we are not receiving any money from you. We are just there to guide you. We are just acting as consultants so you can be able to register and get started with everything. So the cost is 220,000 naira. Although you can pay in installments up to 3 times, at least you can pay like 80 first, 100 first, depending on the study center you register with. That's none of our own problem, but you just have to know that the cost is about 220,000 naira. So if there's another person telling you that the cost is about maybe 300, 250 or something, that's a lie. It's just about 220 at most of the times, and it covers everything you need, such as accommodation, your textbooks, the exam fee, the hostel, the water, everything that you need, even the lectures. Okay. So the next one is JUPEB, that's Joint Universities Preliminary Examination Board. It was created in 2013 by 10 universities, and it was led under the administration of University of Lagos. So mainly you hear of most people talking about JUPEB around Unilag, because it is led by Unilag with the joint creation of other universities. That's why it's called Joint Universities. But it is accepted in almost all state and federal universities, Uni Abuja, Unilag, Unilorin, almost everywhere. And the duration is almost the same thing as IJMB, that's 9 months, 9 to 10 months in particular. And the session is also on. And the cost is actually much more higher than that of IJMB. It is 350,000 naira. Obviously, I told you it is accepted in almost all universities in Nigeria, unlike IJMB. IJMB is mainly particular universities that I've already listed before. So, but JUPEB is accepted in almost all universities in Nigeria. So it is more expensive, 350,000 naira. You can also pay in installments up to 3 times, and it also covers all your needs. So let's go on to the differences between IJMB and JUPEB. IJMB is accepted in certain universities and certain states and federal universities, whereas JUPEB is accepted in all state and federal universities. I've made mention of this before. And there's higher ease of admission using IJMB. Reason is because although IJMB is not like wholly accepted by all universities, there are some universities that accept it, but it gives more ease of admission. The reason is because IJMB exam is quite a little bit hard, just a little bit hard. So maybe because of the standard of the difficulty or whatever, the universities tend to like lower the points required for admission. So if in JUPEB you are required to like have about 15 points out of 16. Oh, I forgot to tell you that in A-level programs we use points instead of grades. So if in the highest point is actually 16. So if in JUPEB you had 15 over 16, whereas in IJMB you had 13 or 14 over 16, sometimes you might even be considered for admission using the IJMB than using the JUPEB. So that's one of the reasons why I actually put IJMB as the one with higher ease of admission, though the exams have some difficulties. That doesn't mean that JUPEB is not also hard, but it's much more better. So JUPEB admission requires more points compared to IJMB. And the cost, IJMB is actually 220,000 naira, or maybe at most 230,000 naira in some study centers, whereas in JUPEB it can be as high as 350,000 naira. So obviously you cannot do one which is much more friendly. So the last one I recommend mainly, medical tutor in general, we recommend mainly IJMB because of our personal conclusions, such as the cost of application. Like I told you, you're all students and everybody's trying to make one thing or the other out, and the way Nigeria is currently. So at least the most recommended one is also the cheapest and also the one that has the higher ease of admission, and that is IJMB 220,000 naira. I also recommend JUPEB, even though it's not as much as IJMB. However, JUPEB is also recommended for people that want to study medicine. We would advise you that you go for JUPEB because JUPEB gives you much more chances of being given your course, your medicine course, medicine law. Yeah, if you want those two courses, just go for JUPEB straight, and that's much better. All right, so how do you register? To register, before there are a lot of websites actually. If you have to go online right now and type IJMB or JUPEB, you're going to see a lot of websites, both fraudulent ones, both the real ones, and you can get yourself losing your money in the next second. Like there's one of our viewers that actually lost about 20 something thousand naira when he went online to register for IJMB with an unknown website. And you see all these websites are so they will disguise themselves as legit websites with a lot of registration number here and there and real names and others. So that's how he got scammed with about 20 something thousand naira, and everything lost until he got in touch with us. And thankfully he's already in his own study center currently, and by God's grace, by early next year he's going to be having his certified exam, and next year is going to be in 20 level, and that's all. So we don't recommend students go online because of the fraudulent actions of many people. So instead of that, we always advise our students to visit the study center personally. You can go you can go on your own. You can also go with your parents actually, whichever one you want. So you go there, you don't have to pay to anyone. Check out the center to see if it's legit, and if it is good, then great. You see other students, talk with them, and you are comfortable, then you can start, make your payment, and come on to the study center, then start your lectures. So we often recommend our students go to the study center before they do anything. So you might be wondering, how will you know the study center? How will you get to the study center? Remember, I told you the other time that medical tutor particularly recommends two centers, one in Lagos, one in Ilorin, although they are under the same branches. But I would rather recommend you go to the one in Ilorin because that's the headquarter, and it makes everything much more easier. So if you want to study IJMB or JUPEB, just go to the one in Ilorin. For more information on the location of the one in Ilorin, you can use the number at the end of the video and get in touch with us. Alright, note, medical tutor does not accept money from anyone. We only aim to show students another admission alternative other than Jamb. So don't think we are going to be collecting one sum of money from you or anything. If anyone does that, that person is a scam or a fraud. So we are not doing that here. We just want to guide you to show you that other than staying at home and wallowing in the fear of not getting admission again or something, you can actually work out something through IJMB and JUPEB. So to the next one, you want to get started now, you can call us on 081 06 257 822. I already told you I was going to leave my number here so you can get in touch with us. So you can call us on the first number or message us on WhatsApp using the second number. So most often students often message us on WhatsApp instead of calling. Anyone you want is okay actually. For much more information, you can also message it on WhatsApp. We'll give you all the information you need. And I believe all the things in this video has already clearly explained all you need. So everything in this video has clearly explained all you need to know about IJMB. So you have to be very careful because most students often go online, then search for a lot of details, get convinced unnecessarily by scammers, and at the end of the day they lose their money. We do not recommend you go online. You can go online for little or more knowledge also, but you are at your own risk. So if you want to be safe and from all these fraudulent people, just message us on WhatsApp. We'll give you the next thing to do. You and your parents or you yourself, you go to the study center to check it out. And I think we have a lot of students there already, and they are doing quite well. So when you are ready to get started, just message us on WhatsApp or give us a call, and you're on your way to getting admission into 200 level in any university. So deadline for both IJMB and JUPEB. Actually, the deadline can be tomorrow, can be next tomorrow, can be right now, can be anytime. So it's always advisable that you register as soon as possible, because the more you delay your registration, the more you are also going to be kept out of classes, and there are a lot of things you can't miss in these classes. You have to be there as soon as possible to get lectured and prepare ahead of the exams you are going to be writing. And at the end of everything, everything's going to work out well. So just relax. Admission not being given to you by Jamb is not the end of everything. So just relax. Reach out to us, and we are going to help you with all of our resources. We are going to help in any way we can help you. So thanks for watching this video today. I really appreciate, and God bless you.